Hi folks, welcome back to Broken Antler Outdoors. I'm actually inside now because the video that I wanted to shoot earlier outside was deemed, unusable because the audio quality was so bad due to heavy rain that it has been going on here for the last 7 or 8 hours. So I wanted to reshoot this video inside, which I usually don't really do, but here we go. And I want to talk about knives today. I want to talk about the misconception that a lot of people have concerning the one tool option. And what the one tool option pretty much means is that if everything else is lost, or if you could only use one tool, what would you use? And that is where very sturdy, strong knives come into place, such as the RC5 made by ESEE. It's such a thick and sturdy blade that this will be a very good survival tool if you had nothing else. Alright, I want to talk about these knives and tell you what I would use them for and why I would choose one knife over the other. You've seen the RC5. The second one is the Glock field knife. It's also a very indestructible design, military bred, and it's just a good knife to be used as a survival knife, but it doesn't excel in cutting tasks as much as I would want it to most of the time. That is why it stays at home, same as this. Very heavy, but not such a good cutter. Now the next knife kind of falls into the two categories, or kind of into the middle. It's the Tops Tex Creek 1095 high carbon steel, Black River washed, meaning that it's not coated but it's not uncoated. It's treated to be made more rust resistant. Full tang design, micarta handles, and a full flat grind. This is designed to be a hunting and general camp knife, therefore I would consider it to be a bit of both. Okay. Now the next three knives are the ones that I end up using most. Now this one you've seen in a couple of videos of mine. This is the F1 made by Fellneven, VG10 laminate steel, convex ground. It's uncoated, very sharp spine to strike a fire steel, rubberized handle, full tang construction. Just a beautiful knife to be used for bushcraft. Now in the middle we have a very popular knife, especially in the American community, and it's the Tops Fieldcraft, or b.o.b. 1095 high carbon steel. It's a Scandinavian grind, so it's a bit of both, a mixture of the Scandinavian grind and the convex grind. It is coated, full tang design, micarta handle, and it's a beautiful bushcrafting blade, very usable design, and I end up carrying this a lot of the time as well. Now on the left here we have the Pathfinder trade knife made by Habilis Bush Tools. G10 handles, 1095 high carbon steel. It's a blued blade, so it's not coated, and I have resharpened the edge. When it comes from the factory you have a Scandinavian grind with a very dominant secondary bevel, and I have knocked that secondary bevel off almost completely, so it's more like the Tops Fieldcraft, which makes it more suitable to my needs, makes it a lot sharper than it has been, and I had to warm up to this blade, but now I really do enjoy using this. And on my left, on your right in the camera, we have two knives which are true Scandi grinds, both made in Scandinavia. One is the Martini Hunter, made in Finland, birch handles and a chrome stainless steel. It's a beautiful blade, it's a very usable design, has a rat tail tang, therefore it is a lot weaker than all of these blades, but it excels in cutting tasks most of the time because it has the true Scandi grind. It's a very sharp blade. And last but not least we have the b.o.b Laplander. You've seen this in one of my videos before in a review. Very cheap but very usable blade. Scandi grind, some form of stainless steel and rubber grips, also a rat tail tang, but it is a true bushcrafting blade, just like a Mora would be. Alright, now I want to tell you straight away that these three knives would be something that I would not take if I would just go outside and do some bushcraft or spend a few nights. And that is because I have a toolkit, or I have several tools. I'm always going tool heavy, and I don't just need a knife. I want something that gives me more opportunity to do different tasks, and I'll make a video about this next. But I just want to tell you that I will always carry a folding saw, I will always carry a multi-tool, I will always carry a Swiss Army knife, and I will also carry an axe. Okay, if I would be in a jungle environment, it would pretty much stay the same, and I would exchange the axe for a machete, but I would choose one of these as my primary cutting tool, because I do not need this knife to do everything. And that is very important to understand. You want something that is specialized in one of the fields where you use it in. And I want it to be sharp, and I want it to be able to prepare tinder, to carve feather sticks, to carve other woodworking tasks, to do general chem tasks, to prepare food. And I just feel that these three knives, like I said, this could be also considered in this category because it is a very usable design, but these two as a example are not very suitable to what we do most of the time. Even if we would find ourselves in an environment where it's an emergency, if we would get stuck or lost in one of our bushcrafting trips, 99% of the time we will still have our full toolkit. Therefore we are better off. If you were to lose all the tools except our knife, then obviously you would be better off with one of these, but that rarely happens, so I will still stick to blades that are more like this. And that's what I find, that these knives are a very big compromise to one of these. And that is just my opinion. Obviously it's all down to preference, you know. I have been using this knife in the past for quite a while just because I felt I had to, but then I found out that a lot of the knives that I use now are much more effective at what I want them to do. And that is the whole point of this video. I want to tell you that carrying multiple tools is probably the better option to have in a wilderness environment. Alright, this has been my video on this little knife discussion that I wanted to do today. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you learned something, and I hope you understood what I mean, or what my process is if I choose a blade. And like always, like and comment below, you know, give me your suggestions and ideas. I always want to shoot videos catered to my viewers. So if you have something that you want to see on video, please just leave me a comment. And until then, you know, just go out there, choose whatever knife you have fun, practice your skills, and as always, stay safe.